Yeah, folks, I picked this one up when I was on tour. I was hoping to use the photocopier there, but I couldn't because I think you need a student card, and I'm not a student of this university or any university. Universities tend to be really intimidating. You get the feeling, they often have security guards walking around, and you get the feeling that, if you get caught videoing, you'll get into deep shit. But I was still willing to give it a go and see if I could get access to the equipment. And as it turned out, I think they did say that someone could possibly help me with my inquiry as a visitor wanting to use their kit. But basically I just didn't bother because that person wasn't around, and I was told to wait 5 minutes. But basically, it's a bit dicey doing that at a university, I must admit. It's pretty dicey. I think we're going to make this a negative. Anyway, let's see how we go with this. Anyway, it is Grape Shot. So it's this magazine from Macquarie University student publication. So it's the Macquarie University is where I was at. And you just get the feeling it's just a bit intimidating, like most universities. I did do one demo there when they had cards that you could actually buy as a visitor. You could just buy the card and pretty much use the equipment that they've got. Yeah, that looks nice, except we do want to get rid of the writing on that, so I have to enlarge it. But that looks like a good fit if we want to make it a slavish thing to do with the reproduction with the page. So we're going to enlarge off the top, and maybe a little bit. It's going to be stretched a little bit, or a lot actually. So we're going to make it just changing the hue a little bit as well as enlarging it bigger. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. I think it looks a bit stretchy, but that's to be expected, folks. A bit more on the vertical, and the horizontal maybe a little bit less. She looks more green. This looks a bit more bluish, and this looks a bit more green with the cyan, generally speaking. So just going to lessen the horizontal enlargement, maybe make it 100 to 50, and the vertical could be, maybe we could do it 150, so we keep the aspect ratio at the normal. Right, we're going to now maybe take the hue down to the right a bit more and see what happens. This photocopy is making some squeaking noises, folks. It's getting old. Anyway, we've made it too small because now we've got the writing, or some of the writing, back on there. So we're going to maybe lessen it this way and enlarge it more on the vertical. I guess we'll have to do it that way. do wonder how we're going to make this look any good, folks. Yeah, folks, I've always been fascinated by universities because they do have lots of photocopiers, and I'm of course what's known as a toner head. A toner head is another word for a photocopier nerd or a photocopier enthusiast. That's that one there. This looks a lot better. So I'm basically what's known as a toner head, which is another word for a photocopier nut or a photocopier enthusiast or nerd. It's a very nerdy kind of thing. It's not quite nerdy as say computers or coding or any of that, but because it is a creative thing, and I guess the arts are not considered typically nerdy, but no, you can get nerds in art, like computer artists, people who do computer graphics, you know. There's a lot of nerdiness in computer graphics and design, so yeah, there you go, folks, that just debunked that. So I'm basically a toner head, and I'm very, very, very proud to be a toner head. Toner is the ink that goes into the photocopier, or should I say the dry powdered ink. It's a powder. It's a powdered plastic material, and it's got lots of additives, of course, including dyes and shit. Don't ask me exactly what they put in it, but basically, yeah, it's the dry powdered ink. It's plastic. It's a plastic ink. And basically, yeah, it's powder, very, very fine powder. So that's the stuff. Just like you get people who love cars are called petrol heads, or people who love to surf are called wax heads. So you get all these different terminologies for different kinds of people and different kinds of activities. And yeah, toner head is not very well known piece of terminology. There are not many people who appreciate photocopiers, so yeah, let's see how we go with that. Anyway, that looks nice, but I do think we could do a switcheroo with this. I do think we can do something better than this. So we're just going to switch these around. I just put a new micro SD card in this phone, so yeah. So let's see how we go with this, folks. That's just the photocopier saying there's an original on the glass. So yeah, apparently a lot of art universities used to have people playing with photocopiers as an art tool. It's a very uni sort of an activity, photocopier art. It can be. Yeah, that looks even better. I do wonder if maybe we can do another version of this. Or maybe we'll just leave it. I think that's probably the best it'll get. I think we can now call it quits.